Hey. Okay, here we go. So one of the cult members, when put under pressure, flips and goes full Nat, flipping to the other side, selling out the worst inner core cult members. Also, remember how Nat, I don't know, a few weeks ago, a month ago, whatever, gave full access to Saltsy, the FBI, and tried to act like one or two cult members were behind everything, but all the other cult members are just innocent. Remember that? I did a video on it. Well, it turns out now there's not just one cult member, Nat, who flipped on the cult. That when someone flips on the cult, they give full access to all their emails, all of their communications, all their tweets, all their DMs, and they give it to authorities, the FBI, and Saltsy. And there was like something crazy, like 17,000 pages or some shit from just one cult member, showing that this whole thing over like more than a year, these cult members are doing this on a daily basis. Also, unirocktv and entitledKA suck both admit to cyber stalking KJP's husband, and they both admit to personally injecting themselves. Now, if you read what they say, they are full-on Karens. And this is why Steb's cult must, further memes, must involve the KarenHair.png file. And it also is why we are calling Steb's cult, instead of the Silverfish cult, the Entitled Karens Suck cult. Entitled Karen cult sucks. Entitled Karen cult people suck is the name of Steve's cult. But it also, these revelations happening are what prove that unirocktv, the doxer of Crafty, along with AT2 and DKC, are literally injecting themselves into the real life of this situation. So they're not just viewers. They're not just people on YouTube that are watching. None of that garbage. They are literally trying to inject themselves into the core of this story. And unirocktv thought by releasing this that it would make them look innocent or something, when all it does is make them look severely more guilty, because the place where Nat and these other people hung out was with Steve, unirocktv, and Tina. And then this is the fucking kicker. This is what's going to blow your goddamn mind. The person who is sending the death threats, who is spoofing and spamming and harassing, now I can factually tell you why that person's communications were from a person that knew every little detail, every step, okay? The reason why is because they were, of course, being updated and shown and given all this stuff inside this group. So the question is now, how are these people so fucking stupid that they didn't know they were sitting next to the person sending the death threats? How are these people so dumb that they didn't know they were sitting next to the person creating, doing Photoshop of Saltsy's kids into pornographic images? How do they not know this? Well, they did. They did know. What Drunken Urinal Corn and Entitled Karen cult have told us is basically who is involved, who is next to the person doing this, who's encouraging the person, who is feeding the person information. You see what I'm saying? So this is just proof that these people were involved. Now, this is what they're going to say. They're going to say, we were victims too. We were victims of the person doing the hacking. Yeah, we were all sitting in the same server. Yeah, we were all talking to each other 24/17. Yeah, we were telling each other what to do and doing it with each other. Yeah. Oh, we now know that Steve McRae was involved in the reporting to CPS of Katie, to the police, the false reports to the police and the FBI. Also, he was involved with the spamming of Katie's husband's work and shit. So every one of the bad things that happened to Katie, all of those events where these harassers inject themselves into Katie's life, stalk her, and try to contact the husband's work and all this garbage. Now we know that the whole group was involved. They were all doing what they did in that video where I showed them trying to dox me. They were doing the same thing that they do. This is why Red's rhetoric was trying so hard to make you guys think that he doesn't use Discord, right? Seriously. It's because they all know that if they're found out that they all sit around and talk to each other every day, if they all update each other on all the things they're doing, so now it brings you to a crossroads. Their excuse is that they didn't know one of their cult members was leaving the death threat voicemails. They didn't know that someone in their group was spoofing emails, photoshopping children and shit, and making these porn accounts. Their little cult wants you to fucking believe now that they're getting busted. Literally, I'm not playing. I was just shown all this. These people want you to believe now that these people are getting busted through having these cult members yanked in and charged and interrogated. And all of them, by the way, Nat, who was doing it, Nat was doing it. Nat was not fooled into doing it. She was purposely doing it with Tina, Drunken Urinal Corn, and all these people, and Steve. Nat, we already know that if Nat was telling the truth, why'd she lie to us? In her video, she said that she didn't know who Steve was when she emailed Katie. But factually, she knew who Steve was and had talked to him many times under his main account with his name in the Facebook group. She knew who Steve was and lied because she's lying about the fact that she wasn't involved. She's lying about the fact that Tina and the rest of these people weren't involved. They are all involved. And thank you to Drunken Urinal Corn for being so stupid that you tweeted out the proof that just gives more credence to the fact that you're all involved. You guys are sitting there fucking ratting on yourselves. But I mean, it makes sense since Nat and the other two people from your group have already defected, told you guys to fuck off, gave access for all their accounts over to the authorities, and that's why Steve is factually on the run. It's why Reds is on the run. It's why Tina is on the run. They are all trying to make you think they're in all these different places in the United States all of a sudden. Why? They have never done that the entire time they've been online. They've barely taken a couple trips. They barely go do anything. They barely even leave their house to go do something in their fucking neighborhood or in their town. But they're just fine that all of you... I am told that Nat got threatened to do that video. I was told that too. And I believe it. But until Nat gets completely honest, I don't think anybody's going to truly believe her. The minute she gets completely honest, she tries to say, fuck it, I'm not going to cover for anybody. I'm just going to tell the full truth. Nobody's ever going to believe her. Because I'm sorry, Nat needs help. She needs to get back in to the doctors that she works with and get help from them. She does, because she's allowing these narcissists, these criminal harassers and stalkers, to manipulate her and use her so that she can be the fall girl. And I'll be damned, did she not be the fall girl? Oh, Nat is a bird, because Nat's just tweeting away. They just think that Nat's trying to convince people that they all weren't involved. That's why they defended her so hard. Exactly, Donna. It's why they attacked people who spoke the truth, like True Ball of Wax and Charlotte, because Nat was in their fucking cult. Nat was in their group. She said Salts is helping her. I believe that. I do, and I hope that she gets honest about it and doesn't, because if she tries to protect them, it's just going to get Nat in more trouble. These people were stalking and doxing and lying and berating Katie before they met Nat. So Nat cannot believe they are her friends. She can't believe they care about her at all, because they factually used her to attack Katie. If Nat was their true friend to them, they would have never tried to get Nat involved in a personal way with this. That is what this cult has always done. They take someone who has a bunch of mental issues like Bullinator, and they use them in the front of what they're doing so that if somebody gets in trouble, the person can just say it was my mental issue and they can try to get out of it. And then Steve can say, yeah, it was their mental issue. It wasn't us. He's done this so many times, it's not even funny. But anyway, the thing that EKC, entitled Karen, people suck, don't realize, the thing that Drunken Urinal Corn doesn't realize, we've known this the entire time. We've said this the entire time. You walked right into our trap, and you are fucking done. Your cult leader is on the run. Your little soy boy fraudster can't run fraudulent fundraisers anymore. And you guys just got sold out. After today, it all changes. EKC, Drunken Urinal Corn. After today, it all changes. It finally flipped. This is the day that it finally flips on this cult. You will be forever known as the cult that harassed and tried to affect the Toddy Westbrook lawsuit. That's what you're going to be known as. It's going to be the only thing you're ever known as. It's going to be the only thing you've ever done. And you're always going to be laughed at as the fucking entitled Karen lolcows that you are. And my God, is it rewarding after a year of tracking all this bullshit? Is it rewarding to watch you guys explode from the inside?